Welcome to As Above, So Below. I am Kisha Lee, the Psychic Yogi, and I am here with this week's Goddess Guidance. So, this week we have the Goddess Freya, whose message is being bold. And she says, unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. Now, Freya is a goddess who is associated with the end of the work week, Friday. And so on Fridays, most of us may get paid, things like that. So it's an opportune time to celebrate and reaping the rewards of what you have put out, okay, your efforts. So calling back in the energies that you have put out there and allowing yourself to be celebrated also in that space, okay, for your work, for your endurance, your efforts, and being recognized, giving yourself flowers, all right? I have a new plant, not flowers, but vegetation. Anyways, outside of that, with this week's goddess guidance, if you would like to access the full meditation and get more information on how to work with the goddess Freya, you are more than welcome to join Arcana Atl's Patreon, where we go into extensive readings as well as sound bowl meditations and guided meditations by yours truly every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also get personal readings from me as well. And we also host our new moon and full moon readings there and meditations, as well as our Astro Reiki sessions. So it's a wonderful space container that we share a lot of intimate moments with. And we love our community there. So you are always more than welcome to join us there. But with this particular message of boldness, I know that can be triggering to some, right? When I think of bold, I'm not that bold person. I have a lot of people that know me that say I'm fearless. I do things scared a lot, and I put a whole lot of fuck it in my system sometimes. You know what? Just fuck it. It is what it is. This is what we're doing now, and I'm with it. Okay, I can't help but to be with it because certain things are just out of your control, right? So outside of that, there are a lot of astrological and cosmic energies that are interplaying with how we experience this earthly realm. But one thing that we do know is that we are gifted with free will, okay? And as an expression of the divine feminine, we are the embodiment of that above and below, okay? We have the accessibility of divine feminine energy above us from spirit, and we also have the energetic support of Divine Mother Earth beneath us. So, as a female or one that's in a female embodiment, is when we tap into that, it supplies us with a resource, something that is abundant, that is endless, that is creative, that is adaptive, that we can access at any point we choose. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a female or a woman gender identified person. Obviously, we both have both. I don't know if that makes sense. But we do have both genders within us, okay, masculine and feminine energies, not just from a metaphysical standpoint, but also from a literally genetic standpoint, okay, a literal genetic standpoint. So, with that being said, as we tap into that divine feminine essence that is within all of us, it is also an opportunity for us to tap into what being bold feels like, okay, because for some of us, we may have been brought up, conditioned, raised to conform to a certain identity of what being a female is like, being a woman is like. And then to be a bold female, a lot of times, let's be honest, is associated with the word bitch. Okay? You're cold, you're mean, you're a bitch, all that sort of stuff. I've been called that plenty of times. It's okay. Because it means to me that I'm asserting my boundaries and you recognize that. So great. It's actually a compliment. However, got my notes here. Stay on point. I feel like what I was getting in a download as far as what collective message to share with you all that are here in this moment or wherever you are in time and space watching this, that the energy of boldness, because it can be triggering to some people. Some of us have stepped out of our comfort zone and were met with negative energy. We weren't welcomed, we weren't appreciated, we weren't accepted, so we got met with a lot of antagonistic energy. And at that point, it didn't feel safe, especially when it's people that are supposed to be close to you, family, friends, things like that. And especially at a young age, you really just want to be accepted, right, for who you are. You want to have friends. You want to get along with people. You actually have a natural inclination to want things to be harmonious as much as possible. But when they're not, you have to go into survival mode to adapt to that. And so, unfortunately, for some of us, being in that space has created trauma responses within our nervous system, within our bodies, within our psyche. And so stepping outside of our comfort zone can be very visceral as far as a fear-based, not just thought, but emotion for some of us. It can be very, very somatic. We can feel it within our whole being. We might start to shake. We might start to sweat. We may have to use the bathroom. We may start talking really fast. Okay, when we get nervous and anxious. And so, with that being said, breaking down and dismantling the mental structures that you have around being bold. Okay, start with that first. So, regardless of how you identify, yourself, when you think of being bold, what does that look like to you? Is that something that aligns with you? Does that feel not necessarily right or wrong, but does it feel good? Does it resonate? Okay. That moment right there of introspection, of interoception is feedback. That's all it is. No judgment. It's just feedback. So when you think of being bold and stepping outside of your comfort zone, sorry, I'm going to work on my YouTube game here. All right. My social media game here. But when you think of being bold, what is the first response that comes up for you? Whether it's a thought, a feeling, a bodily sensation, is it something that comes up, or is it something that starts to like squelch and like just becomes more constrictive, restrictive? Do you all of a sudden go into like fight or flight? Do you feel like a little bit of panic, anxiety when you think of being bold? Notice how you respond to that. Notice how your body responds to that. Okay, that is feedback. Because if it does not feel anything but good and pleasurable and of resonance, there's some work to do. The next step was to ask yourself why you feel that way. Why did you respond that way? What might have contributed to that? Okay, that way you can start to take away all the different layers, peeling them away one by one, to really find the truth of that moment, that experience. So you can redefine what being bold means for you. There are days where, hey, just being vertical, brushing your teeth, washing your face, that's, sorry about that. But that is a victory in itself. Okay, I've been there as well. So just having to do that sometimes can be a bold action. Sending an email, sending a text, making a phone call, asking that question. Those little things are still action steps oriented to being bold. Okay, just because someone else's bold looks one way doesn't mean it has to be a certain way for you. So, as far as your collective homework, okay, and journal prompts, whatever you are watching this, like I said, through time and space, it's perfect and right for you in this moment. It is here for you in this moment for this reason, so that you can have that clarity, that insight, that introspect, that awareness to move through and into a better, more evolved aspect of yourself. Okay, that's how you grow in self-mastery and self-worth, as well as self-awareness. All right, these are intuitive development skills, regardless of how they might feel. These prompts help you to tune in to aspects of yourself you may not always give yourself permission to explore. So, question number 1. What does being bold look like for you? Question number 2. Why? How? What are the things that have happened around you, right? Your experiences that have shaped that particular thought or that particular impression, okay, on what being bold looks like. Is it society? Is it culture? Is it anyone else but you? And if so, just notice, take note, okay, literally. And then on top of that, how would you choose to define being bold for yourself? How can you take intuitively inspired action steps in the direction of your dreams, your intentions, your goals, your achievements without all the extra energy of everyone else? Okay. Now, what is an action step that you can take in that direction, regardless of how small it may be? Let this process be easy. Be gentle with yourself. You are reconditioning not only your habits, but your feelings, your thoughts, and all the subconscious imprinting that is there based on not only your own personal upbringing, but those around you, your family, your friends, your community, the demographics around you, like culture, society, all of that, the whole freaking world, okay? Whole generation. So be gentle with yourself as you take one little step, dismantling all the energy around being bold, being a risk taker, being adventurous. Redefine all that for yourself, okay? And then, with that being said, because you are here and are doing the work or have done the work, celebrate yourself. What are three things that you can do today to celebrate yourself? Or what are three ways in which you would like to celebrate yourself? To keep it the most simple, what are three things you choose to celebrate about yourself today in this moment? And sometimes that is being bold. Okay. We don't always get the opportunity to do that. So, what are three things that you choose to celebrate about yourself this week? And that is this week's Goddess Guidance. Hope you all enjoy. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe this video to your friends. And if you would like and feel inclined, you are more than welcome to join our Patreon. I personally lead our sound therapy and guided meditations, and we go a lot further in depth about our goddess guidance, as well as the meditation. It's typically about an hour, give or take. So hopefully I will see you all there.